I've been in Taiwan this week, and many people I've talked to here have told me they're feeling apprehensive about Donald Trump's return to the White House. Two questions are on the minds of many right now. How might China take over Taiwan, and what happens if it does? Taiwan has lived with that existential threat for decades, and it's relied on U.S. military support to avoid it. But Trump's position on this isn't as clear as previous administrations. He said the island should pay the U.S. for its own defense, as well as increase its defense budget to 10% of GDP. Now, that would be the highest of any nation by far. For example, the U.S. spends about 3% and China spends around 2%. Military experts I've spoken to here have told me that Trump's plans for Taiwan are just not realistic. And perhaps even more worryingly, he hasn't been clear if he would support the U.S. military stepping in if China were to attack. Tacit U.S. support has been the key to Taiwan's safety for decades. So what happens if China invades, but the U.S. doesn't come to the island's aid? Well, a sergeant I spoke to here said Taiwan couldn't sustain warfare beyond a few months. Now, before that worst-case scenario, its leaders have to start winning Trump to their side. That could mean buying more U.S. weapons, including the Aegis destroyer, which is a powerful warship that can track and intercept multiple threats simultaneously. One thing is for certain, though, China is watching all of this very closely. In the past year, it already sent record numbers of warplanes into the strait and performed several bold military drills around the island. Now, these aggressive tactics are likely to increase in size and scale. But it would be a mistake for the Trump administration to treat Taipei as a pawn in dealing with China. It's in a region crucial to global trade and international security, and is home to a multi-billion-dollar semiconductor chip industry, which is critical to AI. Trump has to remember that any agreement struck over Taipei's fate would effectively hand all of those valuable assets over to China. And we know he doesn't want that.